Ah, you made it. So here we are, Canvas. Um, Video on how to use this Canvas site and how it's set up for this class. So some of you use Canvas a lot, so probably don't need this video, you'll figure it out. But those of you that haven't, this is the home page. This is where we're starting in this class. Um, there aren't any announcements up here. You might notice at the top there'll be some announcements. So just notice that you might notice a slight difference when you watch this video and then you actually go to the home page. A couple other things you'll notice is that um, you won't see some of this stuff here because this is the teacher's setup, so yours is going to look slightly different as a student. But generally speaking, the content here will look pretty much exactly the same. So you're seeing kind of a little image here, and this little dog thing we're going to work with a little bit. It's good for selections. And then underneath here, you're going to see best ways to get in touch with me. Using the email with Canvas, probably going to be the best way to get a hold of me for this class, but you also can use my DVC email account as well. I'll be checking both of those. I do think the Canvas will be a little bit easier for us to deal with because you'll be sorted by class and it's much faster and easier for me to catch you. I get a lot of emails here and it's hard to catch everyone here, so I would suggest that one. A couple quick links down at the bottom. The video that you're looking at right now, this will be a link to that video. So there's also a start course here, syllabus, and then a couple other quick links that you'll see if you just go to start here. You would eventually end up seeing these as well, but just set them up here right away just so you could get to them. I'll just click on a couple, and what I'm going to show you just basically is there's a lot of ways around Canvas, but the general idea of Canvas and how our department is using Canvas is going to be revolving around modules. So basically almost all of these things are going to head over towards the module section of Canvas. So the other thing to pay attention to is there's pages. That's probably getting a little too detailed. Let's not worry about that. But basically, we're using modules. So if I click on using Canvas Video, see it loads up a page. And I'm actually making this video right now, so I haven't actually put it in this. So I just put a picture here right now. So it'll look a little bit different in that it'll be a video rather than a picture. And I can do the back button to go back. If I go to start course here, or let's go to syllabus, for instance. So if I click on syllabus, here's the syllabus, and you can see what the syllabus looks like. You guys can read this. But you can do the back button, or you could go to home. So this is our home page. Now, you don't have to use the home necessarily, and once you get used to this, you'll start probably going more towards modules. So let's take a look at some of these others. So for instance, if I do start course here, this is going to take me directly to the modules. You can see the modules are set up like this. So we have a start here. And in week one, we're going to be really focused mostly on understanding Canvas and getting prepared for the class. So this class is software heavy. And so your first decisions and your first work for the week is going to be picking out software. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But mostly you're going to be just going through the details of the course. And these things are set up in such a way that they kind of try to go in order. And so you want to try to just follow these in order. So we'll have course details, navigating this course, which again will be basically this video again. Meet your professor. So there's a little information about me. Course objectives, just the general objectives of the entire course, the syllabus. Then we have some information about just course policies, communication, grading, academic, integrity, some technology resources, just what's available to you in terms of technology. Probably need to really recommend that people try to get to school if you can and use some of the resources we have available here, like the library, for instance, is a great place to work. Student resources, again, just what resources are available out there to you. And then the way I'm setting this up, which is maybe slightly different than some others, is that I'm going to reserve the last part of each module. So this is Start Here module is going to have things that are due. So for instance, there's this CE survey that we do. We're a career education department, so we're a little bit different in that regard, and so we always have these surveys, and I really want to encourage you guys to do this survey. Remember, you only have to do it once, so if you have any other courses and you've already done one, you don't need to do them twice, and you can just go ahead and read through what is asked of you, and that's through the CE department. I've been asked to put this on the Canvas page, and so please use that and do it. It really helps with the funding and how everything works for our departments. So again, I just entered into a page, and so just while we're here, just notice that you have a previous button and you have a next button. So once you enter into a page within a module, you can use these previous and next buttons. So if I go to next, you'll see it'll take me to the next module, which is or not module, but the next page, which is a discussion that we're going to have like with each other. We're going to talk to tell us about ourselves a little bit, and you'll see that. And then you'll notice that it has, again, at the bottom, a next and a previous. So let me come back and click on modules so you can see this again. Just notice how that's set up. So notice here's the CE survey and the nice to meet you. So notice how they're in order, and that was how that worked. So you can come back to modules and click on individual ones, or let's start with the very beginning, navigating this course, and just notice that if I go to navigating, I can click on next, and click on it's me, click on next. It's a funny picture, and so I can go next and just kind of stay within this framework and or go previous, and I'm not necessarily going back into modules, but just clicking through, using next or previous to go through this set of pages or discussions or whatnot there might be here. And so recognize how that's set up. Oh, I sneezed. So take a look at that, and that's your first task, is to kind of just recognize how to get through these. And then let's just look at week one. So just to reiterate one more time how this works. So each week is going to be set up exactly the same. It'll be week one, week two, week three, whatever. And we'll start with objectives, and we'll have our week one objectives. What are we doing in this week? Then we'll have some creative inspiration, reading or videos. In this case, we'll be looking at some videos about light and shadow, digital imaging. What is digital imaging? So it's a couple little videos to sort of watch, and then we'll have our tutorials, which actually, let me go back to that a little bit. There'll be a little bit of questions sometimes with these, so just recognize sometimes I'm going to ask a little bit of information, like here's week one review, so about light and shadow. I'm asking little questions about this video, for instance. Then we'll go to tutorials, and this is where the meat of the class will be. This is where we'll be starting on our projects within the class. And this is where you'll find where I'll be making tutorials or videos or information that I'll provide for you will be here. Sometimes this will be where you'll get source information or videos, or rather images, source images to work with, or that sort of thing. This first week, it's all about preparing, so project folders, but also picking out software like I talked about. So again, we'll have a whole video on that, so I'm not going to take any time on that. And then this is it's a document that sort of relates to that as well. So hopefully that makes sense to you. And then again, at the bottom, back to assignments or what's due on that week. And so generally speaking, in a week, Not always will there be a quiz, but almost always there's going to be some form of discussion that's going to relate to any of the creative or inspiration reading videos. Um, and then there's always going to be an assignment for that week. So in this case, this week's pretty straightforward. It's just a project folder, which I don't think should be too difficult for most of you, but some of you this might be a bit of a challenge, so take your time with it. But so there's not a lot due in this week. It's mostly kind of deciding what you're going to do. There is a quiz about your software, and it's basically just to let me know what your decision is going to be about software. So we'll talk about that more. And then week 2 will just follow along. So I currently don't have it totally set up, so I'm not even going to open it for you. But basically, it's going to be week 2 option, objectives, be some videos that we're going to look at, and then we'll have tutorials about what we're going to do for the project. We'll have a little review, and then we'll have a project that's due for that week. And so basically just kind of continues over and over each week. And you can look at the syllabus to help you understand a little bit more about what's going on. But this video is more about just learning how to use Canvas. So you can use with the modules, like I said, or you can just click in, like I said, week 1 objectives. Oops, there's a picture there. And then click on next. So some people, I think, like to do it this way. Some people prefer to go to the modules. Not sure, you'll have to kind of come up with your own way of thinking about this, but that's basically the idea of how this is going to work out. So big thing is home, modules, and that should get you started. And I think once you get more comfortable looking at it this way, you'll feel better about the whole thing. So I'm going to end this video here and look forward to working with you.